guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. If you're new here, thank you for tuning into this video. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for always tuning in, keeping my engagements up, and all of that good stuff. So let's hop right into the video. The video is a part 2 to my last video. If you haven't watched it, go view it. What you waiting on? So the last video is basically my appointments leading up to my surgery. I had a robotic myomectomy. So the difference between the robotic myomectomy and the open myomectomy is that the open myomectomy, you get like a C-section scar. And I've heard that that particular myomectomy takes longer for you to heal, like your recovery time is longer. And with the robotic myomectomy, which I got, I have one incision on the top of my belly button. I have like a small incision, I'll say like more so towards my waist, and then a small one in the middle of my stomach. They actually, once my doctor broke it down to me, they actually pulled the fibroid out from the incision closer to my waist, and they put the camera inside the incision over my belly button. Only reason I had to get the camera inside was because I didn't get to do my MRI before I got to do my surgery. The MRI was just so that the doctor could make sure that it was only still that one fibroid, and that the fibroid didn't get any bigger than when I did the initial ultrasound. So I'm just going to start out by talking about the recovery process. So you all seen the night after, well, the night that I came home from surgery, because it was in and out surgery. You all saw that, and I think I only recorded like maybe 2 or 3 days after the initial surgery date. But honestly, my recovery wasn't bad at all. I can honestly say that. And I don't know if it's because my tolerance for pain, I have a high tolerance for pain. Don't ask me where that comes from, because I do not know. But I have a high tolerance for pain. So that could have played a major part in it. When I went back to my follow-up checkup, which I talked about in the prior video, my doctor, the surgeon, was just so shocked. He was like, "You're really just moving around." He said usually people are still like walking slow, still a little sore. I felt rejuvenated. I felt good, okay? Like, I honestly felt so good. And he said, well, it was a good thing. My incisions were healing good. And, you know, they told me to let my bandages fall off on their own. But after, so at my appointment, the surgeon, he asked did I want him to remove them. And I was like, no. Because as you all can see, I am hairy and my stomach is hairy. And I was like, no, I'll do it on my own. So when I got home, maybe like 2 or 3 days after my post-op appointment, I removed the bandages myself. And I've just been, because I did not like the scars, but I've been using either cocoa butter, or I have this aloe vera Vaseline. And that's been, I do see the scars slowly fading away. Like I said, my recovery was fine. I'll say the first 3 nights. First of all, let me start with the night after the night of my surgery when I got home. Y'all, I did not go to sleep that night. I don't know if it's because I was under the anesthesia all that time. So my body was like, okay, you've been asleep. Wake up, it's time to be woke. I did not go to sleep until, so I got surgery March 28th. I didn't go to sleep until 6:37 in the morning on March 29th. And I was just wide awake, like could not sleep or nothing. It was so weird. And that night I did take, so the meds they gave me was ibuprofen, um, Motrin, yeah, ibuprofen, Motrin, and oxys. I I did not take any oxys. I took an ibuprofen that first night because my stomach, it was cramping so bad, and they were telling me that I would experience gas in my shoulder, which was so weird. They're like, because the gas can get trapped and it could go in your shoulders, and that was so painful. So that's the only meds that I took, and I think that's the only day that I took any medicine. Like a lot of you not, because I'm the type of person, if I'm not in pain and I can thug it out, I'm gonna thug it out. I'm not taking meds and doing all of that. So that's how my first night went. And of course, only thing, I would say the thing that lasted the longest was like walking around, I would have to hold my stomach. And I ended up, I was, doing my research. So a lot of people that got the surgery said to get a binder, a stomach binder. And that helped tremendously. When I put that binder on, I could move around. And they say it kind of helps put you back together. And it helps like flatten your stomach too, the swelling. So I did use that. And I really just listened to the doctor's orders, like as hard as it was, because I like to move around, I like to do stuff around my house, and I just couldn't do those things. And one day I tried it, and when I say I was extremely tired, so when I was watching a couple videos of people after they got their surgery, they said they experienced like getting tired really fast out of nowhere. I can honestly say I only experienced that one time when I tried to clean my house and I got tired. But other than that, I didn't experience like the real fatigue part. The night that I had surgery, when I got home, I had to keep going to the bathroom. It was so funny because before they could discharge me from recovery at the hospital, they're like, you have to pee. If you don't pee, you're gonna have to, they were going to put the catheter back in me, and I was going to basically have like a bag that I had to pee in. And I was like, y'all should have saw me. I was like, can y'all give me some more bottle? I drank like 3, the hospitals have the small bottles of water. I was guzzling those waters. I was like, I'm gonna use the bathroom. They was like, well, you can sit in here, because it wasn't a lot of patients back there. Once I got into recovery, I ran that water, and it finally came out. And it was like I had to force it out a little bit, which was painful because you're not supposed to do any type of straining at all. But I was going home, and I wasn't going home with the catheter in me. So all that night, once I got home, I had to use the bathroom. I was so annoyed. And mind you, my stomach is so sore and having to keep getting up all through the night. And another thing, I did lay on my couch because my couch is lower than my bed. So that helped me tremendously too. That's like about it for like leading up to post-op appointments. And do I see a difference with my cycle? So the good thing was I went off my cycle 2 days before I had surgery. So while I was recovering, I didn't have to worry about my cycle. But my first cycle did come afterwards, and I can say I didn't cramp, I didn't feel all tired. My doctor did tell me that your first 2 cycles after surgery, it could be real light. It could be heavier than normal. It could be heavier than my old normal. Or it could just be, regular how it should be. And I can honestly say it wasn't. Y'all, my cycles were 7 days. And when I say 7 days, 7 days of a heavy cycle. Like, it was terrible. Heavy cycle, for 7 days. 7 days cramping, tired, irritated. So this cycle, I had one day that was heavy. I didn't have any cramps, and it only lasted for 4 days. I haven't seen a 4-day cycle since probably my 10th grade year in school. So that was like, it felt weird. It felt really, really weird. He did say that my stomach is still like swollen. I think that's the last thing that like really goes down, because it's still on the outside I'm healed, but the inside still, you know. And I read that too, and I watched a lot of TikTok videos, and a lot of women who got the surgery said the same thing, like their stomach took so long to go down. Yeah, I haven't been having those sudden, I used to want to eat a lot. I haven't been having those urges either. I just really feel a difference. Like I feel brand new, like a new body, and no exaggeration. Because all of this time, fibroids can really take a toll on your body, and I wasn't realizing how much it was putting a toll on my body. I have energy. Y'all know, like, I'm a napper. I'm saying y'all know. And if you don't know, you know now. I'm a napper. I like to take naps, and I have to get a nap in like before I go out or anything. But let me tell y'all, ever since I got them blood transfusions and the iron infusion, homegirl can't take no nap. It's so crazy. Like, I be trying to force myself to take a nap, but I'm just energetic. I have so much more energy, and I love that for me. One thing that bothered me that I noticed it maybe around my birthday, when I think I washed my hair or something. It probably was a little before my birthday. My hair was shedding like a whole lot. To me it was. And I was like, this not normal. And when I went to get my hair done, my stylist was like, no, you just needed a trim, which I was due for a trim. And recently, when I went to her, I had some knotless braids, as you can see in the prior video. When I took those out, I didn't see as much shit, and so I'm like, okay. And so when I went to her, she was like, my stylist, I've been going to her for years, so we have a friendship. We talk about everything. So I was telling her about my surgery, how it went, blase, and I was telling her, like, when I was reading up on things, because also my nails were very brittle. Like, y'all, I could scratch my hair and my nail would break. And that came from my iron being so low. And also, it messes with your hormones. So I was telling her that, and once she was doing my hair, she was like, yeah, your hair, it did thin out a little bit. She was like, not like I was thinking, but she said it did thin out. And I was like, okay, I did notice that. I said, but I could tell it's getting back on how it was before. But that all came from my iron being so low. Your iron level should be at a 9 at least. Mine was at a 5. So y'all can just imagine, some days it would literally tire me out just to lift my arm up. Like, literally. I'm not exaggerating. And so, the older we get, because when I was younger, I didn't pay that no mind when the doctors say, oh, your iron is low, blah, blah. But the older you get, you really got to take care of those things, keep up with those things, because it can cause other issues in your body. But yeah, them the two, besides the crazy periods and being tired all the time, my nails were so brittle. Like, that was crazy. And I noticed my hair shedding. But that is pretty much it. I just feel so energized, and I've been doing little workouts. I feel like I just want to do more, because this weight is coming off of me, okay? So that's going to wrap this video up. I just wanted to give you all a part 2 as promised. And that is it. I'm going to see you guys next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share if you please. And turn those notification bells on to be notified of the next video. Bye.